Hello and welcome everyone to the Tarot Tribe tag. I'm refilming this again because I had edited the previous video and it corrupted as I was saving it, and I now have to refilm everything. But I don't mind doing it again because now it's during the daytime, the lighting's better, I'm a bit more, planned out, and I have, I've made the Instagram version of the tag. I'm gonna probably fix this up a bit more, but this will be on Instagram once the videos are all posted, and you can all try it on Instagram if you don't have a YouTube channel or don't feel comfortable being on camera like this or just talking or something like that. For those people who are like being a hermit, there's nothing wrong with being a hermit. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, so we'll get started. I have my coffee here, my cat mug. So I will be sipping at it as we go. So let's go. Okay, first question. How did you get into tarot or oracle? I was in college and it was about 2014 and we're on a break and I wasn't new to the area, so I went, do you know what, let's walk around with two of my classmates. And we walked around and I was there about 2 or 3 months, so I never got a proper look at the area. I've just been to like the canteen and home kind of thing. I just wanted to get the routine sorted. So we went around the little village around the corner, and we came across an angel shop. And it was a really quaint little angel shop. Like, it was tiny, like it was a small little thing. And we went in, and I don't know what it was, but my classmate Louise, who's still my friend to this day, she went, oh, I've been to these places, they're really nice and they're like so uplifting and stuff, and I didn't understand half of what was in the shop. Like, I went, I know what an incense stick was, I didn't know anything about crystals or anything like of that sort. And then we went to the back and we saw the decks. So there's just angel cards and our oracle decks. Like, she didn't have any tarot, this lady, and there was a deck that drew me in and I bought it that day, and I've been using it since. And we're going to find out that's the next question. It's another question about the what's your first deck, but we'll find out. Are you drawn, question number 2, are you drawn to oracle or tarot more, and why? At the beginning I was drawn so much more to oracle. Like, it was just exclusively oracle because they were easy to read, they were easy just to get the straightforward message, and they weren't as like intimidating as a tarot was at the start. But now it weighs out kind of equally, but right now I would grab a tarot deck more than an oracle deck. So that's why. If you could create your own deck, what would it be? Oracle or tarot or otherwise? Let's see. I would probably make, it's either those affirmation decks, is it? It's either an oracle or an affirmation deck. I was looking at the super attractor there. And I would probably make one of them called the equality deck. And I have a friend, and she's an artist, and I think her art would be just perfect for this deck to be made, because she has that like quirky style. Like, it's a little comic style, but it's not, and I think it'd be perfect, to have drag queens, to have like lesbians, to have homosexuals, pan, everyone and anyone in between, ethnicity or sexuality, job or race, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, anything like that, right, in the deck. And it would just be a beautiful deck to be made, and I want to do that. And it has to be her art, but the timing is just not there yet, and I'm like, how do I start? Like, where do you start making a deck? Do you know what I mean? And like, you need the money to make a deck, of course, and you have to pay the artist. You can't just go, it's a friend thing, But I've actually 2 friends who are artists, but I have a few artist friends, but this one girl is brilliant, and I would love, she also has a a drag persona, and I think he would be brilliant in the deck as well. Like, to give him a little nod, like, oh, it'd be brilliant. Like, he's so colourful, this character, and I love it, and I think he would be in the deck as well. And to be honest, like, oh, the whole thing, I'm actually smiling thinking of the deck in my head, and I think she would be perfect for it. So the deck I want to make is an equality deck, oracle deck. Right, next question. Okay, show us your first deck, whether it's Oracle or Tarot or one of each. Which is your first you learned with? Okay, be right back. Okay, so my first deck, the one that I saw in the shop that day, is this deck, and this deck has been in my possession 2013, 2014. It's about 7 years old, this deck, so this deck is as long as my tarot career. Or how long I've been learning it, really. And I can't, like, I'm holding it and I'm so emotional about it because it's such a pretty deck. And I know it's probably out of print now because Doreen Virtue changed her path, and just go for it, you know. Like, no, there's no need to get any drama about that, but you know, it's her path, she can do what she wants, and if she needs to cleanse the path behind her, fair enough, you know. But this deck, it's just phenomenal. I really love it. I can't, I need to start using it more, but it's too pretty. Might do an interactive reading with it, but it's so pretty and I love it so much, like the art in it. And just the meanings, like, they're so straightforward, like, stand your ground. You can see why this was an easy deck to learn with. Make new friends. Do you know? And it's such a pretty deck, like, the diversity in it. And, like, it's so pretty. Like, visualization. And the little book that's in it is great. Like, it's just a book that's been stapled together. It's not like a little hardback or anything, but it's just perfect, and it goes straight, look, card meaning there, and it'll give you the key words about it, but it's very good for intuitive stuff. So if you were starting off, I'd start with an oracle deck and go from there, because look at this, look how much it's been used and shuffled. Oh, but I'd start with an oracle deck because they're easier to learn from, to get the confidence from, and stuff like that. And yeah, but I will, once we get to that question about if I could give a beginner advice. Look at that romantic partner. Hello. Looks like Jon Snow was a fairy before Jon Snow was a thing. He's probably only in the books, but the kit. But yeah, that is the Healing with the Fairies Oracle by Doreen Virtue. That is my first oracle deck, and it's my baby. Like, I love it too much, and I adore it to bits, and you know, it's one of those ones that's never going to leave my collection. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to show you my first tarot. First tarot. Now, this came along about 2 or 3 years later after the fairy oracle, because I was so terrified to move into tarot, because it was such an intimidating thing. It's such an intimidating thing when you don't know what you're doing, and if you come from oracle to this, it's like, whoa, there's a lot of reading into this. Now, this is not my first, like, my proper first one. My first one was it's like a French deck, and it was a goth deck. It's called the Gothic Tarot, I think. And the layout was not beginner friendly at all, and the layout was just like a black frame, and it had the number on top and this picture that had nothing to do with the layout of like Rider-Waite-Smith does. So it wasn't a clone, and I was trying to learn Rider-Waite-Smith with a deck that doesn't have it. So I passed that on, and my friend said, go and find one that's Rider-Waite-Smith, but it has to be your deck. Like, it can't be one, I can't just hand you a Rider-Waite-Smith and go for it. The first deck has to be yours. And the first one I picked off of Amazon as I was looking was the Arcanum Tarot. This is the one that I picked, and this is the one I've fallen in love with since. And I adore this deck. Like, it's so good, and it's so pretty. Like, you know, it's such a pretty deck. And the backing, I've edged this in like a bronze I don't know, it is kind of glossy actually, because in the one I was doing before it was at night time and I couldn't see it. It's a bit speckly because the thing is glitter and the glitter didn't stick to some bits because it's a marker. But I'll probably go over it again. But you know, I love it too much, and it's been worse for wear, so I had to edge it to clean it up. But like, this deck is just the best thing ever, and every time I hold it I just think of that day where I had it in my hand and I did the flip through on my Facebook. It's so old, that thing, like it's a few years old, and like my style has changed now and how I do videos, and you grow and you learn. Do you know? Oh, that Three of Cups always gets me, that Three of Cups, because it doesn't follow the same thing, but you know, Three of Swords, such a nice Three of Swords. But yeah, like, this deck is phenomenal and I love it so much. This is my first deck, as I said, but we'll get on to what I think my tip would be from learning from my own mistakes, what a beginner should do. But let's see what the next question is. Show us your recent deck, Oracle or Tarot, and recent crystal. Why were they calling to you? Okay, I have too many recent crystals. They're all in the background here. Like, there's this rose quartz DT, a stellanite palm stone, Mangano. This is the most recent one actually, is a tiger's eye tower, and I love it because I only realized I had like a small little bit of tiger's eye and I didn't have a little like tower to put in the background, and I love towers. That would be the most one because I needed some grounding. I feel I was just drawn to something with tiger's eye. It had to be tiger's eye. Any of the crystals you see here are all from Rocky Road Minerals. They ship worldwide. They're based in Cork, and this weekend, every weekend, Monica does an Instagram live sale, so she'll have a table full of, say, jaspers and clear quartz one week, and then another would be rose quartz, amethyst, and like palm stones and stuff like that. So each week is different, but you just go on and ask what you want, and she might have it, she may not, and she'll show you what she has. So go, and I'm promoting Monica because why not? Monica, there you go. So any crystals you see in the back are from Monica. Like, this is from Monica. This is from Monica. That is from Monica. That's from Monica. This Hope Stone is from Monica. Except these. Like, these are the only ones that aren't. These are from another shop I got. But I wish they were from Monica. I actually might put them in my tray there. So I'm going to start with the Oracle because I only have one recent Oracle. And that is the Starseed Oracle. This is the most recent one, Oracle-wise, I've bought. And just making sure the little stone is in the bag. I have my little worry stone in there. Can't remember what it's made of though. I think it's lapis lazuli. Ugh. I can't be sure. But this is the most recent Oracle deck I got because I am really drawn to tarot right now. And I wanted more Oracle decks, but nothing's like pulling me in. And when I did get an Oracle deck, the last one, not other than this one, there was another one I got, and it just felt like this is not my one, and I was getting the vibes off my friend off it, so I sent it to her, and she goes, "Why'd you give me this?" And I went, "Because it's your deck." And I went, "What?" And she said that she loves it and it goes with her. But this is my most recent Oracle, because I love Danielle Noel, and I nearly said Danielle Campbell. Danielle Noel's work, and I love Rebecca Campbell, how she works with like the Egyptian hieroglyphics and stuff, and how this is a very cosmic one compared to her work Your Light, which I always grab. Like, I always use that if I can't get a reading to gel, or like if I'm doing like the horoscopes, there's a reading that's not going the way it should be. I would grab that and it makes all sense. This just ties it together, that Work Your Light, because it's given some like energy empowerment to the reading. But this deck is just phenomenal and I want to work with it more. and I'm going to work with it more. So I'm going to use it for my daily thing on Instagram. So like I do daily readings, like just one card draw thing on Instagram, which is why I don't do the videos as much here. So I just do the deck reviews and the horoscopes, which is just fine enough. But this deck is just phenomenal. Like it's so pretty. Oh, let me see, can I find the one I was thinking of, if it's here, because I couldn't find it before. It's so pretty though. Like you'd be here for ages just staring at the art. Like what's someone on a cliff staring at Saturn's rings? Like what? Saturn's rings? Like that's crazy. Sorry, I was lifting up to look at it. But yeah, no, this deck is gorgeous. Look at that though. Like, oh, it's screaming. Like this is beautiful. I think this. Someone was doing a card reading or something. And it was like, there's one daily reading about breaking free from something, and then as I scroll down, this one came up as well. And it said, you feel like you're at rock bottom, and you should surrender to the alchemy of life. And I went, that's what it says there, like it just said that, and I went, wow. That's just the timing of that, like being posted, but this deck is just phenomenal. I can't seem to find the one I'm looking for. No, that's one of them. It's the void. It's just black, and there's just a black hole. Like you go from this and you turn it over, it's just jet black. It's so pretty. So that is my recent oracle deck, and now we're going to go on to the tarot. Okay, so as you all know, the last video before this was the winter weight flip through. So you want to see that, you can go onto my channel. You're on my channel. Go into my videos and look at that. I'll just show you a few of the cards because the flip through is there. Like the backing is beautiful, like in the daylight now, because I think I did that just as it was getting dark, I think. So yeah, like we have, like they're so pretty. This is very laminated, but it's not so glossy. It's like oily or slippy, and I was drawn to it. After Christmas. It's weird. Let me see, can I find a card that I was really impressed with. It's amazing how James does this. James is the artist. I'm trying to find. Woo! Wow, thank you for that. Like that one jumped out. I know. I'm moving on. Calm down. And it's so nice. The reason why I was drawn to it because I wanted a Christmassy deck for this year, and you know, nothing wrong with having a Christmassy deck. There's one. The strength card was a reindeer. I like that one. Like the world there. It's really pretty. If you want the full flip through, it's all on my channel. But this is the one. Found it. Eventually, I found it. Of course, it's near the end. It's the Ace of Cups. It's a cup of hot chocolate overflowing with marshmallows. What's not to like about that? That's a great one, I think. But yeah, this deck is just amazing, and I can't wait to start using it. Because it's going to be snowing here, so our winter weather in Ireland is pretty damn soon. So I'm going to put them back in. Wait. This is by the same people, the artist and Tarot Collectibles. This deck. Where do I begin with this deck? Like, it's amazing. Get back in, thank you. But, like, it's so pretty. Like, these are my favourite ones. Like, they're unbelievable. There's another one. And another. Like, you'll be here for ages just looking at it. Oh, there it is. There's the other one I was looking for. Like, they're just phenomenal. Those interpretations of these cards. We have the Three of Swords, the Moon, Five of Cups. I love this Five of Cups. I prefer this one than the other one, which is the traditional looking one. And we have the Eight of Wands, the Judgment, and the Seven of Cups. Like, the way they did it is beautiful, and it shuffles so nicely, like, and I can even like just go It's amazing. I love it. The quality of it compared to Trippin' Weight is amazing. Like, I gave up my Trippin' Weight because I couldn't connect with it. And it was like a bit too, like they're trippy and they're high and stuff, and I wouldn't understand that. Whereas this is just like, 70s vibe and stuff. And I love it. The reason why it drew me in, because my parents are grew up in the 70s, so that's why. And I grew up with 70s music playing. Just, night fever, that kind of thing, like all that and stuff going on in my childhood. Grew up with parents from the 70s, so it's such a pretty deck though. Oh, it's such a, like, the colours there, like, just looking at that. Yeah, that's a deck I love. I have a few recent. When I say recent, these are like in the last month, and I've one on pre-order and one from a competition. So yeah, that's that then. That's those two. Next is Golden Art Nouveau. This one I absolutely adore to bits. Like, can we talk about this? Like, now that there's daylight here, because I did this at night time when I was the corrupted version, you can see the gold. Like, it's so pretty. Like, it's so pretty it hurts. Like, it's so pretty. I don't normally go for gold tarot decks because the gold overwhelms the card and it doesn't make sense then, and it's just a big shiny thing. Like, Ethereal Visions is beautiful, but I find it hard to read because the gold is so, like, it's not in your face, it's just so clean that it's just, I can't see the card, whereas this is like, oh, the gold's just there in the background, do you know? There's the tower. And the size of this deck is nice. Like, it's a nice little, like, palm size one. It's not like massive like these. When I say massive, this is like a standard tarot size. This is like the standard Le Scarabeo size, which is a bit skinnier, and it's nice to shuffle with and, you know, to mess around with, and it's really pretty. And the backing is just gorgeous. Like, I love that. Whoop. But the backing's just like this, like, forever tree going on. It's so pretty. If I can find the star card in here, that'd be great. The star card is phenomenal in this. But yeah, no, it's just such a nice deck, and I would recommend it to anyone. If you're looking for something new, like, there's the High Priestess, like, she's barely any gold on her, and it's more the art you're looking at rather than the gold, if that makes sense. Where's the star card? It's probably at the bottom, isn't it? It's usually the case. It's at the bottom. There she is. That's the star card. My card is that I signify with is the star. It's so pretty. Oh, I love that deck. That's a good one. I have one more. This one's in a bag because the box is so dang big. And it's the Tarot of Enchanted Dreams. I've been using this on my Instagram recently, and the book is brilliant. Like, it's so simple and straightforward. It's very beginner friendly. The only thing is, to warn you, if you're a beginner and you don't know how to handle a deck the size of an oracle deck, so just be warned. Get my sardonyx out of there. This is as I said, the Tarot of Enchanted Dreams, and this deck is just phenomenal. Like, I can't get over how amazing this deck is. Like, there's the backing firstly. It's gilded, and it's just phenomenal. And this is my favourite Hierophant. Hierophant is called the guide in this because it's very universal and it's very generic. So this is the guide, and it's the best version of the Hierophant because it's universal and it's so straightforward. And this deck is just beautifully done. And the author or creator, Yasmin Westwood is actually a follower. I was so shocked when I got this deck, and on my Facebook page she was there, and I went, what the fuck? How are you here? And I had no idea that she was the one who created this deck. This was an indie deck at first, and now someone picked it up to publish it, and I have the mass-produced version because it's just phenomenal, and I love it so much. Oh yeah, no men are in this. If you go to the video on my channel for this deck, the Tarot of Enchanted Dreams, there's an article link in the description of why Yasmin picked no men are in this. So there's a reason why there's no men, and you can go and read that if you like, if you're curious about why is there no men. See, Queen of Swords, she's there. The Queens are here. Four Swords, like it's so dark in some of them, but then like, oh yeah, there's no Knights as well. The pages are beautiful. I love this. The Hangman's called Perspective, because when I was learning tarot, now we're going to get on to that for one of the questions about beginner tips. I never knew what the hangman meant, right? I thought it was like, oh, you're going to be hanged in suspense and stuff like that. No, it means perspective. And this was very straightforward, so yeah, there's a reason why I didn't know. And it was just, this deck is just gorgeous. So this is the one I absolutely adore. So, like, you know, hats off to Yasmin for that. It's a beautiful deck. It shuffles so nicely, despite it being huge. Like, I have another huge deck, and it's the Enchanted Tarot, and that is bloody massive, and it's too big to even shuffle with. But this one is just, I love this. It's the best. Like, it's the best one. Even the Lovers doesn't, only has like the silhouette of a man. Oh, I love it. So I'd recommend that one as well. So that is my most recent decks. Let's carry on. Alright, so the next question is, if you could share a tip with someone learning tarot for the first time, what would it be? Don't be afraid of book sets. Like the set with a deck and a book. Do not be afraid of it. I was terrified of them. So I went, I'm just gonna get the deck and wing it. I regret doing that because I was lost for years learning tarot. So this is the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake, and I love this deck. As in, like, when I was learning, like, I don't know if I'm an expert. Let's say I am. To some degree, I am an expert, but I think I'm like intermediate expert to some all the time. This is a great one for learners because beginners. Because we have the card, you have the quick meaning, and you have all the story with the art. I would say get a deck that's visually readable, because like you can read that, like you know what's happening in the picture. She's secluded, she's camping, she's meditating, the cat's chill with her, it's nighttime, so she's the hermit, so you know she's wanting to be on her own. And the best thing about this is that there are pages here. Now this is actually laminated, very plasticky like, but they have a page here for you to write notes. Now I haven't written any because obviously I know the system of Rider-Waite already, but if you're a beginner, I'm gonna keep saying that. If you're a beginner and you didn't know what, you were confused about the Knight of Cups. Let's say you're confused about the Knight of Cups. You read it here and you make a quick little bullet point thing there on that, and you could come back and refer to. There's other decks that have books. What's another one? The Easy Tarot. That's the one with a Kiro Marchetti. It's the Gilded Tarot with that. There's a There's Tarot Made Easy, and that's with the Llewellyn Tarot. And this one's published by Llewellyn. So this one is a Llewellyn published deck. But if you want the Llewellyn one, you can get that as well. Tarot Made Easy. Tarot Made Easy, I was looking at the book online. It's a bit more straightforward. A bit. But yeah, I prefer this one because look how cute it is. Like, it's just everyday stuff. But with witches. Like, it's so pretty. Like, and it's a good card size and stock. Like, it's nice to learn how to shuffle with, and like, you can tell what's what. Like, I love this Wheel of Fortune. You can tell, if that wasn't there, you could tell what that was because she's at a Wheel of Fortune game. The Star card, like, they're all very pretty. Like it's a good beginner deck. I think this is a good beginner deck. There's, as I said, Tarot Made Easy by Llewellyn is a good one, because Llewellyn do their books very well. Like, this is a very sturdy book. It's not like a little pint-sized, pocket-sized thing. I'd even recommend, if you wanted not a small deck, but if you wanted a big deck, because you like if you're a guy learning and you have big hands, I'd recommend the Tarot of Enchanted Dreams, because that's an oracle-sized deck. This is just like slightly smaller than. It's slightly bigger than a playing card size, this one. I feel. I can't believe they're making a mini one of this, like, as well, because it's just small as enough as it is. Like, that's it compared to my hand there. Like, it's quite small for a standard tarot. Whereas, like, if I got the groovy weight here, like, this is, it's about the same. Wow. This is just a bit skinnier, like, width-wise. Yeah, just a little bit. Maybe it's just the cardstock doing that. Wow, that tricks your eye. Here's me trying to prove a point, and they just went, no, not proving your any point. But yeah, no, this is a good deck to start with, because I like the visual aspect. Because, like, you can tell the Nine of Swords, she's upset, she's locking herself in her room. You can see on her face, like, she's not sleeping well, she's crying. The cat's even checking to see if she's okay. Do you know, like, there's some things you can see visually. I prefer a visual aspect to a card, so you can understand what's happening in the card, rather than the straightforward Rider-Waite, because this is the Rider-Waite system, but with a twist. And I like this. This is a good one. So for beginners, my tip is get a book set. Like, anything with a book. Like, the book, it will save your life. Because I didn't have the book, and then now I do, and I'm like, wow, I missed out on a lot. My god. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, so the next question is, first TarotTuber you followed? The Hermit's Cave and Irish Gypsy. I love Irish Gypsy. She's like American Irish, I think, and her name's Maggie. And her readings were so spot on, and they're just horoscopes, like monthly and mid-month, and they're brilliant. And the other one was the Hermit's Cave, so that's Simon, and he's just phenomenal. Like, I would go to his videos for like, just deck reviews and flip throughs. And another one at the time would have been Katie Flowers, but I didn't know. I think she went by a different name at the time, because I don't remember her being called Katie Flowers the whole time. Yeah, Katie Flowers was good. She convinces you to. She convinced me what not to buy and what to buy. Like, that's bad. The reason why Mother Mary Oracle is out by Alana Fairchild here is because the next question is, what was life before tarot, or the holistic path for you? Where did you come from? I was raised Catholic, and this is the only. Not this one. I have this one and an angel tarot. These are the only, like, links I have left to that, because the angels are symbolic. They're just they're like a mythical creature, if that makes sense. Like, they're not just associated with Catholicism and Christianity, do you know? Whereas Mary, she's like, it's like, you know, when you have a bad friendship or with a big gang of people, and you kind of faded away and there's just one friend that stuck around. It's like that. Mary is the one that stuck around for me still, and I love this deck, so I'm going to show it to you while I talk about my past beliefs. So I was raised Catholic, and I think it was about in my early 20s that I just started. I think I was quite young, actually. I was about 7 or so. I started asking inappropriate questions. When I say, like, why this and why that about my belief system, and then holistic stuff started coming in. Was about when I was 20 or so, and I had no, I was about 15. I lost my faith. I was lost, and I had lost it for about 5 years, and I still haven't set foot in a church to this day. I don't know, just because I lost my mum and just never set foot in a church again because it's too scarring. Like, but there's just other things to it as well. Like, if this almighty deity person was supposed to save my mum, why didn't he do it? That was all those things. This is just my reason, so I don't really mind what religion anyone else is. You know, this is just my journey, how it happened for me. And how it happened was I was really lost, and I was so lost, and I was like labeling myself as an atheist because I didn't believe, and I saying I didn't believe anything, but I did believe in some things. Like, there were some philosophies I believed in, and like the ways of the Buddha and some Hindu things as well. I believed in those, but I was lost. I went, I can't just pick one. There's no way I can pick one. How can you pick one and go for it, you know? And then I just I was meeting a friend for coffee while I was at my lowest, and she did a tarot reading for me. And she did a tarot reading, and by the way, I was the most skeptic person you could meet at this point. So I was at the lowest of low. I didn't believe in anything or anyone, like, and she did this reading, and she told me I was going to get a job, but it's not going to work out that well, but you're going to get a job. And that's all I wanted, was a job. And then that night I got a call from a job that wanted to hire me straight away, and I was like going, that's weird. And then there were signs as well from my mum, and I was seeing small signs as well, and then I went, oh my god, there's actually something to this. Like, there's something with this if you believe in it. And that's how I came to be here, where I am now. I'm showing this deck, it's just so pretty. There is one in here and it's really pretty, it makes me cry. I was trying to see if I could find it, but the backing's gorgeous with this rose. But yeah, that's how I came to be. Was like, it was starting when I was about 7, I feel, and it went from there. Do you know, it just went from there. I love these cards. This is the one that gets me, Our Lady of Comfort. It always makes me smile because even though she's not there, like, physically, you know, it's nice to see a card that she's just there in spirit. It's really nice. I need to start using this deck more. I took it out for this video and I might actually edge it in red because it would look nice in red. But yeah, no, that's where I came from. Left it, well, that's it. So I still celebrate Christmas, but I rather celebrate the Lutheran? Is it Lutheran? I think it is. It's the one with Mary's Day kind of thing, you know. I'd rather celebrate that than Christmas Day. But hey, that's where I am. So let's move on to the next question. Okay, so the next question is, what are your top 3 spreads? My go-to, like, spreads would be 3 card draw, so like situation, action, result, or past, present, future, depending what you're looking at. Then it'd be 6 card draw, which was it goes situation, elaboration. I say elaboration because it's like emphasizing what's happening, your fear, your strength, your weakness, and the outcome. That's another one. And the last one is the Celtic Cross. Like, that's a good one, just the Celtic Cross. But sometimes with 6 you can do that 6 card one. You can go like, oh, this is the top row where you are now, and this is what's coming after each card. So it's a good one. Most anticipated decks for 2020. I've pre-ordered this, but it's the Wizard's Tarot by Barbara Moore, if you can see that. Wizard's Tarot by Barbara Moore. Yeah, can't wait for that one. And it's been revamped into this gorgeous new up-to-date version, because obviously his art has changed over the years. He's probably like, should revamp that. That's out in May 1st. Those 2 would be my most anticipated ones. What's next? What's on your tarot wish list? Top 5. Okay, top 5. I have one Flower Therapy Oracle by Doreen Virtue. What is that deck? That's so pretty. It's just flowers, and flowers are so pretty, do you know? And let's see, Barbara Moore, as we saw with Wizard's Tarot. Let's see. This is Amazon, so there's a bit of everything on it. Oh, this one. another oracle, but I'm on the fence about it because I already have an animal deck. It's the Divine Animals Oracle by Stacy Demarco. It's very out there and very spiritual. That's one. What was it, top 5 or top? Yeah, top 5, so we only have 2 so far. Okay. The Gilded Tarot, which is one that we saw earlier, and I'm on the fence about it now. I don't know why. I just am. You know, when I'm like, oh, it's not really calling to me anymore, especially when she works with Jasmine Beckett Smith. But this is the Fairy Blessings cards. Fortunes deck, and it's just a tarot deck made of food. You know, because, you know, the folded one, the berg. Why is the berg 5? That's the Hierophant. Is it? Yeah. Number 2 is that's the High Priestess. See what I mean? It's funny. The Link. 8 and 2 is 12. I can't remember what the 12th one is. Look, King of Cups. King of Drinks. A cup of coffee. See? A cup of coffee in the background there. The Beginning. The Fool is a fried egg. I haven't seen this in a while, so it's just nice to see it again. That would be one. It's just funny one, but like, because it is rather weight, but because the names are a bit off, I wouldn't be able to read with it. Right, let's go on to the next question. What were your impressions and fears about tarot? My fears of tarot, I'll just shuffle a deck while I'm doing it. I like to do something with my hands, obviously, because that's all you see. Like, the hard thing for me when it came to tarot was obviously branching out into it, as I said before. Like, Oracle was my beginning and my foundation, so the foundation of Oracle was my comfort, and branching out into tarot was hard from that. But the fear of tarot was reading for someone else other than me, or friends, or like close friends and family. Like, I'll just be like, oh, it's the 3 of Pentacles, you're building a foundation. That's it. So I wouldn't be like, oh, you're starting to build a foundation, you're gonna feel betrayed with this drama and stuff like that, you know? So that sort of thing was my fear, was reading for other people, and that was the hard thing as well. Like, or even expanding, like look at this, like we have the Lovers and the 2 of Swords, so there's a lover but you're closed off. See what I mean? I wouldn't be able to expand that much. That my fear was reading for others for tarot, so that was my fear. Next question. Would you like to start reading? If yes or no. If no, explain why. What stops you from reading? That's it for a beginner, but as I said, like, my fear was being able to read for someone else confidently. Number 15. Have you ever gotten a reading from another reader, and what were your feelings towards it? I have two people I go to for readings, maybe 3. It's growing a bit now. So one of my friends in person here in Ireland is a medium and an aura reader. So she reads your aura when she meets you, but she tells me beforehand, like, you know, I'm an aura reader, so I'm not being weird. And she is also a medium, so she tells me who's around me and stuff. Those ones are, when you never had that before. I think I've had another friend, and she's in England. She did a reading for me, and she just described something from my childhood that no one would know, like the way my house used to look when I was in my childhood home, and she described it, and that was the one that broke my skepticism of them, because of, you know, people think, oh, they're all out there just to make money and be a scam artist and stuff like that. But that's the one that broke that thought cycle, because I thought that was all it was, because of the things you see on TV where people will come in and say, oh, I see your daughter is missing and she's in a forest somewhere, and they go and search in a forest and she's not there. Like, that kind of thing. Like, that kind of, those are the ones that put the stigma on the people who actually do the proper work, you know. and that's the ones I was like seeing was the TV mediums, if that makes sense. But then just want to make sure I'm getting the question fully done. And let's see. The other reading, there are the readings I got from two friends, but then there was one I got from a recent friend, and she is Zodiac Queen, or New Age Tarot on New Age Tarot? Yeah, I think it's New Age Tarot on Facebook, and she did a reading for me because I did one for her when she was a bit struggled, and I went, here, can you read this? Because I am going to be biased if I read this, because I'm going to read what I want to hear rather than what I have to hear. And she read it perfectly, and it made so much sense then. I always get a second opinion for my own readings, like for me, rather than for someone else, because when you're reading for yourself, you want to read what you want to hear rather than what you should hear. And she does it very well for me. Like, she gives it to me, you know, blunt and straight and simple kind of thing. So I always feel comfortable. I have to feel very comfortable with the person I'm asking a reading for. I can't just go up to anyone. I have to have a vibe from them and feel comfortable to go up to them. You know, it's like you can gel well with them. Okay, like next one. What vibes do you like to feel when getting a reading? Comfort, as I said. I like to feel comfortable. I like to feel safe, secure, and when I come out of it, I want to feel a weight is off my shoulders. Not that like I want them to predict bloody everything. I just want them to just tell me that it's going to be okay. Do you know, like that kind of thing? Like, it's all going to be fine at the end of the day, and the universe is there to help me, kind of thing. I'm noticing I'm pulling out cards here, and you know, like the fortune's in a good way, kind of thing. Like, you know, that kind of thing. I'm literally pulling these cards out. But it's that kind of thing. Like, I want to feel like a bit of lightness coming out of it, because I'm coming in with this heavy knot of energy, and I want someone to read a reading for me and just tell me it's gonna be fine. Like, yeah, it's a bit stressful now, but it's gonna be fine. Do you know, like that kind of thing? I want them to tell me that it's gonna be fine. And last question, I have to tag the next TarotTuber, which is a YouTuber or an Instagrammer. Okay, so I'm gonna do two lots here. I'm gonna tag for YouTube. I'm gonna tag the following. I'm gonna write it down. Alright, so here's my tag list. I have to tag the people I'm collabing with. So I'm collabing with the Tarot Magician and V Love and Crystals. The YouTubers I tag that are separate are Hermit's Cave, Charmed Intuition Tarot, and Cherry Enchantress. For Instagram, it's La Rose des Reeves. Took me a minute to how to pronounce that. The World by Britt, and Prism and Fleur. So these ones will be tagged on the actual tarot tag picture on Instagram, so they'll see that. And these are the YouTubers, so you guys are tagged. Sorry, Simon, you're tagged. If you need the questions, they'll be posted in the bottom, like in the description below, or you can find it on my Instagram as, like, you know, a pretty little post. So that is the Tarot Tribe tag. That was fun. I actually liked the second round of it because it's daytime, I'm not falling asleep, and I've had coffee. What's not to like? So that is that then, guys. I'll leave that there, and I'll see you all very soon.